Hello, I'm Mark Scholaro, the owner of MS Classic Cars. Today, I'm sitting behind the wheel of a rare and spectacular 2006 Lamborghini Gallardo SE with only 516 original miles. That is number 34 of only 250 limited editions ever built. To start off this video here, this is a non-rehearsed video. There's going to be a lot of information that I do forget during this presentation, so please visit our website at msclassiccars.com for a full description with over 150 highly detailed photos. During this video, I am going to be referencing some of my notes here. There's a lot of great information that I've kind of compiled into this one page here that I would love to share with everybody who's watching. I will make note that these videos might be a little bit long, might be dull at times, but the point of the video is to educate and go over everything possible for the person who is considering making a very big investment into such a magnificent car. If you have or have not been following MS Classic Cars, I only collect number 1 and number 2 condition vehicles. We've been doing that since inception. I'm the only classic car dealership in the country who services every vehicle that we sell. We document the work with an invoice. Let's be very clear here. There's a lot of dealers who claim to service their vehicles, but every time that you look for that invoice that shows all the work they did, it doesn't exist. So I will say it over and over. With MS Classic Cars, you see the invoice. We also detail our cars to the highest level, which is evident in all of our photos. So please, again, make sure to do some research on MS Classic Cars and check us out. I think you'll really appreciate what we truly do. To talk a little bit about this car here, I will say we have kicked off a new exotic division at MS Classic Cars. We're very proud to be featuring this vehicle here. It's our second exotic that we have listed. We also, for anybody who's curious, we have another Lamborghini that's going to be following this Lamborghini. It's a 1987 Lamborghini Countach that is an all-original car with extremely low mileage. I want to say it's around 7,500 to be exact, so please stay tuned for that. And before I get into the presentation here, I'm just going to make this note. When I was looking for a Lamborghini kind of in this generation, I found that a lot of these vehicles have high miles for what they are. They've been around the block a few times, have had multiple owners, et cetera, and I wanted something, again, that was going to fit what we do at MS Classic Cars. And when I found this vehicle for sale, it was a slam dunk. I had to have the car in our collection and then turn around and do what we're doing here today and offering it for sale. This vehicle here, from what we've gathered, is one of the lowest, if not the lowest, mileage Gallardos in the entire country, maybe the world for that matter. So please do your homework on this particular car here. I have created this binder. It's a brand new binder. We do this for all the cars that we sell at MS Classic Cars. What I do is I put all the information that's included in the vehicle in this binder here. We put everything in methodical order in plastic sleeves, so this will be included. In regards to the service that I mentioned earlier, what I do with a lot of newer vehicles that we get, anything that say is from 1980s and newer, if it's not American made, which we normally will service in our service department, but if it's something that's foreign, you know, maybe it's a Porsche, maybe it's a Lamborghini, it's a McLaren, it's whatever the case might be, I like to bring these vehicles to the new car dealers that are authorized to do full service work, rather than running the car through my service department. So you'd wonder, well, what could a car with 500 miles possibly need? And I think that's what most people would say, but we took it a step further, and I had this car completely serviced, which is fully detailed within our photo gallery at an authorized Lamborghini dealership. Everything is spelled out exactly what we did, full service. I even told the dealership to replace the original tires because they were of age, so we even did that. So the total invoice here of what we invested, including our detail work, because we detailed the car from top to bottom, was $6,564.44. Again, it's documented. The receipts for all the work are documented. It is where it is, and we kind of put our money where our mouth is. So again, the new owner of this vehicle legitimately has nothing to do when they get it except to enjoy it. Whether they drive it, whether they don't, there's not a checklist of things that need to be done because we've already done it at MS Classic Cars. The next thing that I'll say is this vehicle here does have a clean Car Fax report. We are a Car Fax dealer, so you can see that this Car Fax report that's in our photo gallery says it was provided by MS Classic Cars, LLC. It just clearly documents the history of this vehicle, starting from day one. It states here that it's obviously had no accidents, no damage reported, et cetera, and it's really helpful to have Car Fax reports on newer vehicles. So everything that I just mentioned is included. We also do have 2 sets of keys. These are actually a really nice key here. Both of these are also included. We do have the original owner's manuals that are included. We have the original car cover that's included, and we have the special battery charger that is included as well. All of that, again, can be seen within our photo gallery. So I'm going to go ahead and reference some of these notes here just to give you a quick little education regarding the car. So first thing, as I mentioned in the opening part of the video, this is a limited edition. It's number 34. There's a badge on the car, which you clearly can see in our photo gallery, of only 250 units introduced in 2005. And again, that's a worldwide number. We've been on different forums. We've read different things. We guessed that maybe 30, 40 of these cars came into the US. So again, there's other SE models that are spread across the world. There's a lot of websites dedicated to the SE that you can read further in detail if you have interest. So again, this is a very limited production car. Again, we have the full service records. We have all the information that's included that I just went over. The Gallardo is actually named after a famous breed of fighting bull, for anybody that doesn't know, and it was produced from 2003 to 2013. A total of 14,022 were built. The first generation, those are the ones that are referred to as that were made from 2003 to 2008. So this is a first gen that I'm sitting in here today. The second generation is from 2009 to 2013. A total of 1,651 were built in 2006, which only 626 of those were coupes. Of the coupes, again, 250 of them were the SE model. And again, this is number 34. So hopefully that gives you a pretty good idea of production numbers and how rare of a vehicle this actually is. When you go back and you actually think about, we're in 2022, 2006, and you get into something that's of that age, 15, 16 years, 17 years, before you know it, it's going to be 20 years, and you have something that's this pristine, this low mileage, with this kind of history, it makes it very, very special. And again, I'm super proud to offer it here. So, for anybody that does not know, the SE is distinguished from the regular Gallardo externally by the black roofed two-tone color scheme, as well as the specially designed Castillo wheels. These wheels are absolutely gorgeous. It also featured a two-tone interior, with further distinguishing it from the base model. You will clearly see all the yellow accents in this interior, which I'll go over when I get more into detail with the interior. All the piping, the stitching on the leather is executed in the same color as the bodywork of the car. The midsections of the seats are finished in the color-coded upholstery. Even the black floor mats have the color-coded border. A rear view camera was standard on the SE, as was the multimedia navigation system, the sport suspension, and an executive type of exclusive car cover that they provide, which is included. The optional e-gear transmission came out with new function. It had the thrust mode. The feature automatically revs the car to 5,000 RPMs, drops the clutch engaging all four wheels in a controlled burnout to ensure the car's maximum performance with acceleration. The exterior styling of this car is absolutely beautiful in every sense of the word. I really can't say enough about how beautiful the exterior is. It sports all of its original yellow paint, which was tested with an electronic paint meter. So in regards to the electronic paint meter, again, what we're going to do is I'm going to get out of the vehicle here in a minute. I'm going to just walk around the entire vehicle. It's only going to take a couple of minutes. I'm going to use this device here, which is an electronic paint meter, to document that this vehicle does indeed have all of its original paint, which is very important, because just because a car has a clean Car Fax report doesn't necessarily mean that it hasn't had any prior paint work. So we like to use an electronic paint meter with all of our cars at MS Classic Cars. So let's go ahead and do this. I will get outside the vehicle now. We'll do that presentation, then I'll get back inside and we'll wrap it up. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do an exterior presentation here of our Gallardo SE. This obviously, as I mentioned earlier, has a clean Car Fax report. No accidents, no damage reported. But what we're going to do is highlight the condition of the entire vehicle as we walk around it. And I'm also going to use an electronic paint meter, which just verifies whether or not the vehicle has original factory paint or not. What we're looking for in this paint meter is consistency. The numbers will fluctuate depending on which panel, but as long as they're within 2 or 3 or 4 points of each other, we look for that regarding the consistency. These Lamborghinis, because of their paint process, they do register high on paint meters. You can do your own research, look at other paint meter presentations on Gallardos, and you will completely see what I'm referencing. So let's start with the front. Because this vehicle only has 516 miles, you really wouldn't expect a lot of road rash or anything, and that is clearly the case. These lenses are so clear, they don't even look like they're there. There's absolutely zero imperfections on this entire hood. This whole front nose is flawless. There's no chips, there's no scratches. I don't even see something the size of a pencil tip. What we will do is we will use the paint meter a couple times on the front hood here, an 11.5. We'll test it here in the middle, 9.5. We'll test it over here as well, 11.5. So very consistent numbers throughout. Go ahead and wipe off this as I go. The windshield is in flawless condition, crystal clear. Again, this car was kept in a private collection for many, many years. It was treated with the best of care, very evident throughout. This front driver's side fender is flawless. We have a 12.5, again, very consistent numbers. While we're on the subject of the front here, we'll focus on these beautiful wheels. They are absolutely spectacular. I kind of reference them as a 5 split spoke wheel. They're painted in this beautiful gray finish. Got all these bolts here that look absolutely beautiful. These are brand spanking new tires. I had these done at the Lamborghini dealership. These are Michelin Pilot Sports. You can see 235, 35, 19s. See these beautiful yellow calipers, those huge brakes. These are 8 piston calipers, pretty spectacular. Part of the SE, we got this gorgeous black roof here. Again, just to show you, the paint meter does not read because this is not metal. Same thing goes for over here. Notice it doesn't read anything over here as well. But when I do move the paint meter here, you can see we got our paint meter reading. So it really is just registering the metal in the vehicle. And again, that's factory original paint on that driver's area. Getting into the door, we'll see again, it's a 14.0. These are all very consistent numbers. I'll get down a little bit lower here. And again, 12.5. This door is in flawless condition. There is no dings, there's no chips, there's nothing here to mention. It truly looks like I'm staring at a brand new vehicle on the showroom floor back in 2006. When we get over to the driver's side rear quarter, again, I'll wipe this off here. Sometimes you pick up a little bit of dust in the air and so forth. We have a 12.0. Again, very consistent numbers. Looking at these wheels, just like the front wheel, they are flawless. Absolutely flawless. There's not one single imperfection even on the outer lip of the wheel. Again, brand new tires. The tires obviously are bigger in the rear. They're 295, 3019s. Again, brand spanking new. Making our way over to the back. You'll notice this is not going to read. Again, not metal. Rear bumper, everything is flawless back here in beautiful condition. There's nothing to make note of. It is absolutely spectacular. What we'll do is we'll hit this here. Again, consistent, 12.0. Give this little wipe. Same thing with this passenger rear quarter. Go ahead and show you here. 14.5. Again, very consistent numbers throughout. I'll do it again over here. 16.5. We're all within, as I said earlier, 3-4 points throughout the entire car. These wheels are in absolutely flawless condition throughout. Again, brand new tires. Making our way over to the passenger side, which is absolutely perfect. Nothing here to speak of, any chips. There's no road rash, no scratches. Again, I'll use the paint meter. 15.5, 13.5. Again, all consistent numbers. These cars have a very unique painting process at the factory. So we'll go ahead and, again, 12.5. Everything is very consistent. And 13.5. Okay, last but not least, this wheel here is also flawless, as all the wheels are. Perfect condition. Again, brand new tires, huge yellow brakes. Just an awesome car. So I'll make my way back into the inside of the vehicle and we'll go over that. Thank you. Now that I'm back from the paint meter presentation, I'm going to now focus on the interior of this vehicle. Again, I'm going to reference some of my notes here. The unique black and yellow leather interior complements the exterior theme perfectly. The yellow accents, again, include the gauge bezels, the paddle shift area here. We also have the center console area, the door panels, and again, all the seat piping. The Alcantara headliner, which is a really soft material that they use. It's also on the sun visors here as well, and it's on the steering wheel. It adds that extra touch of class to the interior. I think the interior of this car is very sophisticated, but it's very simple. That's the one thing I like about this car. It's not complicated. When you look at the car, it's extremely modern. When you sit in the interior, it's modern, but it's very simple. So for me, being a classic car guy, not into the latest new technology and everything else, when I sit in this car, to me, everything is extremely simple, which I think is valuable to a lot of people. So one thing I want to mention also is the rack and pinion power steering assist in this car is extremely tight. The front storage compartment provides a ton of room in the front. That's right now where we're keeping the car cover, the battery charger, and so forth. You'll see that within our photo gallery as well. So make sure to check that out. Getting into the engine compartment, which is in the back here. We have it lifted open when we're doing this video so you can hear it run when I start the car in a minute. You will see how beautifully detailed the engine compartment is. It's absolutely amazing. There's no signs of any type of deterioration or oxidation of all the parts. It still has all of its original factory stickers and paint marks. We did a really good job during our photo presentation of taking pictures of all the little nuances in the engine bay and also in the undercarriage as well. So you got to make sure to check those out. So the engine, first thing is it's a mid-engine all-wheel drive. That's drivetrain of this vehicle. It's all-wheel drive. It's a 5.0 liter V10. It's all aluminum. It's a dual overhead cam. It's got 4 valves per cylinder with variable intake. The engine is rated at 520 horsepower, 375 foot-pounds of torque. Keep in mind, this is a 2006. It's all-wheel drive. When you got into that 520 number, back that time, that was still super impressive numbers. This is, again, a really amazing supercar. The power is transferred to the wheels through a 6-speed electronic, it's an actuated single clutch automatic transmission that Lamborghini called e-gear, which I just mentioned a minute ago, and so forth. So again, this car, just put the key in, starts right up, which I'm going to do in a minute. The transmission, again, it shifts beautifully. This car runs beautifully. It sounds beautiful. Can't say enough about it. The undercarriage is highly detailed underneath, as is the engine compartment. Again, it also retains all of its original stickers and paint marks and things like that. The front and rear suspension consists of a double wishbone with anti-roll bar. The front and rear braking system consists of vented disc brakes with Brembo 8-piston calipers. It has a claimed top speed from the factory of 196 miles an hour, and it can accelerate from 0 to 62 in 4 seconds. So in 2006, the Gallardo was named Dream Car of the Year by Top Gear TV series. Again, this is a great car. Do your homework, do your research on it. It's definitely a future collectible. This is definitely one of the best examples in the world. It's a super great opportunity to purchase a iconic supercar. So that pretty much sums up my entire presentation here. So I'm going to go ahead and start the car. Before I do that, I would ask, if you are not following MS Classic Cars on social media, please do that. We're on all the social media networks. If you have not signed up for our VIP email blast, that's the best way for us to stay in contact with you. We have thousands of people on our email blast. You could do that right through our website at msclassiccars.com. For anybody who has any questions, you can call. The number here is 508-557-0152. If you want to email me, the email is maja65stang@aol.com. I will be the one to answer the phone. I'll answer your emails. If anybody wants an inspection done, have it done. The paperwork will be seamless. I will set up all the shipping within the lower 48 U.S. states. And when the vehicle does get loaded in the enclosed trailer, we will cover it with a plastic car cover to ensure that it arrives at your doorstep as clean as it left our showroom. So please feel extremely, extremely comfortable with this purchase. Again, we thank you for watching. I'm going to go ahead and start it. This is a cold start. We have not started this car in probably 3, 4, 5 days, somewhere in that neighborhood. I'm going to go ahead and start it now cold so you can hear it run. See how beautiful it sounds. Fires right up. Absolutely runs perfect. Again, fully serviced, 516 miles. She's ready to rock. We appreciate you watching. Thank you so much.